I think for Andrew to begin the season in Oklahoma City, just to give him an opportunity to play every day, play left, center, right, and it's been a while since he's played every day, so that gives him a little opportunity there. And having Austin, or not Austin, but Kyle on our roster, number one, he gives us flexibility behind the plate at third base with JT being down, right-handed bat that we feel comfortable that being called upon off the bench can conduct a good one. Also frees up the other catcher in a pinch hit situation. So having him make his first opening day roster is a come on, Jim.
Sorry about that.
So that's that. And with Jock, it's one of those where towards the end of the season, Jock was starting to figure some things out. Had a great postseason, and still working through some things in the spring. Didn't have the results, but we just felt that the results are better than the process is in place, and the results will be there for Jock.
What do you like about Kike in the cleanup spot today?
Well, I think it just goes to what gives us the best chance to win a game today. And Kike over his career has really murdered left-handed pitching, and so if you look at him being there and protecting Yasiel and have him get 3 at-bats potentially against Tyler Block, I think that's a good thing.
Did Yasmani hit his way into catching Kirsch today?
I think so. I think that, both guys we feel very confident in, receiving, being behind the plate, working with the pitcher, a particular pitcher. And Austin's been working through some things mechanically throughout the entire spring, and I think he's tracking in the right direction. But Yasmani cleaned up some things mechanically right-handed, and really in a good place offensively. So for me, that's why I made that decision.
How glad are you that this day is finally here?
Very, very. We've been in the process of turning the page on 17, and still a lot of good things happened last year. But now, as 2018 starts, I know our guys are really looking forward to this day.
Skipper, for you, how different is this opening day as opposed to a couple in the past?
It's different. It's slowed down. It slows down every year. I know it's exciting for all of us, but when you look in the clubhouse, and it's essentially the same group of guys, and some of the guys made the remark that it seems like we were just here yesterday type thing. So it's kind of a business as usual thing, business as usual mentality, and not to take anything away from opening day because it's a special day in all of baseball without a doubt. But the idea and the mindset to do whatever we can to win one game is kind of the blue collar in us, and I like that.
Dave, as you mentioned, a lot of the same guys are back this year, and the core of this team has been together for a while now. What does continuity do for a baseball team?
It does a lot. It builds on the trust. You start to know what guys can and can't do. That's in spring training. I can trust that the players, coaches have that relationship, that they know what they can do to get ready for Major League season. And then in practice, the day-to-day of our ball club and how that operates. Guys know strengths, weaknesses, tendencies. So the continuity that we have over the last couple of years is really instrumental.
Dave, not having JT, but you still have like a strong group. What are you looking at when you're not having JT? What are the things that you notice?
I think not having JT is the consistency of having him in the 3-hole every single day, and the at-bat quality, the defense that you can't replace. But to have Logan over there at third base, and to give Kike an opportunity, and to mix Chase in there to kind of hopefully keep that production somewhat near JT, which is hard to expect. But I think we missed the consistency of having him in the lineup every day.
You have 6 guys on the opening day roster that have never had an opening day experience. What would you like them to get out of this day?
Yeah, and you say 6, and I don't even, it's hard for me to even consider Cody or a CT. You just kind of forget those guys, and I don't know who the third one you're referring to. But some of the guys that really impacted us last year, I think guys like Kyle, I think that I'm going to talk to, and Shagwa, but Chris, I don't say a whole lot to him anyway, so I probably won't talk to him about opening day. You know, Cody, he's just kind of there. So Cody, he probably won't even register, so he's fine. So Cody's fine, CT's fine. But no, it's cool. I mean, I think it's great for them. It's just another box ass check for those guys.
Does Chris say a lot to you?
No. We have that kind of relationship. It's a great relationship.
Dave, you kind of mentioned this earlier. Is it going to be nice to finally stop talking about 2017? I mean, kind of starts now, over a year or two.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, in the industry, the media, the fans, and until you start a new season, there's going to be talk about that. That's just kind of the way it goes. But certainly, Bill, it's in our minds, no doubt. That will always be in our minds. But I think our guys do a very good job of understanding that we can't change it, and we can only look forward, and we do a good job of staying in the moment. But yeah, to turn the page and to start 2018 gives us an easier answer to just kind of ignore that question, I guess.
Doc, what are some of your memories of opening day as a player?
I remember my first opening day here, Giants, Dodgers. Yeah, Levon Hernandez, Kevin Brown, and just being here and my first opening day as a Major League player, my first opening day and being a Dodger, it was special to me. And my first one as a manager in San Diego was a cool one. So, like I said, and everyone has a different story, but it's a special day, and I know that kids are out of school and they see the bunting and the energy, and to have Clayton, we talk about, make his 8th opening day start for the Dodgers, that's special. And he's on the couch and he's locked in, getting focused, and he's got that glazed look in his eye, so he'll be ready to go out there and compete like he always does, and it's our job to support him.
Remember anything about 10 years ago? Matt was playing Dodgers outfield, we were playing with Jackson.
Is that right?
Yeah. Penny was.
Is that right? No, I don't. Who won that game, Bill? I don't remember who won that game.
The home team.
Is that right?
You signaled to start the game.
Nice. Thanks for that. Yeah.
Some dude named Wertmeyer hit for you.
Yeah, he did, huh?
Dave, what's the plan for Yimmy now that he's on the deal?
Yimmy is on a throwing program right now, and he's in Arizona. So he threw a couple days ago. I think it was a couple days ago, and threw really well, threw an inning. And so sometime around the second week of April, the boxes will be checked for Yimmy, and that's a big win for all of us. And so at that point in time, we'll make a decision on what makes sense for him and our ball club.
Do you think at that point he might have to pitch in like a rehab game or two before he comes in?
Eric, I think that I don't want to get that far ahead of it, and so I think for us, it's kind of a once every 3 days, and then he's going to have to do his back-to-back or a 1+ situation. So when we get to that point to make a decision, that's kind of, we'll talk through that. But I don't know right now, I really don't.
Are there any boxes he needs to check between now and that first?
Yeah, I think a back-to-back in a 1+ situation.
How much of a luxury is to have Kirsch going for his 8th straight opening day start?
It
To
is.
have him on your staff here?
Well, it's a luxury because the emotion of opening day, a guy that's done it, obviously eight different times, and to kind of harness all that energy and channel it is great. And when you're on the other side, which I've been on the other side, and you've got Clayton Kershaw taking the mound, it's not a good feeling. So those guys over there, they're going to go out there, like I said, they're not going to concede anything. They're a good ball club. But speaking from our vantage point, to have 22 take the mound, I like our chances.
Were you here all yesterday?
I was in San Diego. It was a voluntary workout. I opted out.
Good choice. When you came in this morning, what did you expect to see? What did you find as far as the clubhouse, your office?
I didn't know what to expect, but it worked out well. Things are great. Things are where they need to be.
Can you reveal the depth of the damage initially?
It was throughout. The clubhouse was fine. The clubhouse was fine.
How was the manager's office?
Just okay, Andy. It was affected. It was affected, as was the coach's room. But the coach's locker room and the manager's office, it got taken care of, thankfully. Yeah.
That didn't mean wastage was damaged?
Fortunately, it was in the wine refrigerator, so the wine made out. The wine's okay. The wine survived.
Also today, Carl Gibson back in
That's what I hear. Gibby's back in the house. That's great. I haven't seen him yet, so I know that Gibby and the Dodgers, we got something planned. So I don't know what you guys know, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. But I heard he is in town, so that's good.
Hey, where were you, and do you remember the home run off act?
As far as where I was at, I was 16 years old. I don't recall where I was at the moment, no. But I do obviously recount it, yeah. But I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, but you saw it live.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yep. Great moment. Thank you, guys.
I was here. I was here.